Xbox is building a future that other platforms aren't ready for. The Xbox Helix is about to merge your console and PC into one single seamless machine, and it's coming much sooner than you expected.
Working very hard to rethink everything that we can about Helix, which is a console we are committed to shipping.
Let's start with one of the most important aspects next gen, the ecosystem. A fully improved single Xbox dashboard will run throughout the next gen devices, from console, handhelds, PCs and clouds, with Xbox Play Anywhere and a unified Microsoft Store at the center of it all. Jez Corden and Korean Xbox reported that now almost 50% of all new games releasing are being released as Xbox Play Anywhere titles, which is huge. More and more AAA publishers are now putting their games directly onto Xbox's Play Anywhere ecosystem. We've already seen this with major publishers including Ubisoft, Konami and Capcom. Games such as Crimson Desert, 007 and Silent Hill F launched directly as Xbox Play Anywhere titles day and date. Plus many other AAA titles such as Blood of the Dawnwalker and Onimusha are coming next month. So with Microsoft offering devs a much higher revenue cut compared to other competing platforms such as Steam and PlayStation, along with an extremely easy development cycle, the Xbox ecosystem will start to become a de facto platform alongside all the other PC and console storefronts currently in the market. Recent supply chain leaks suggest Microsoft is still going forward with 3 devices. I have already done a deep dive on each variant in my previous video. Colt Eastwood also did a video covering this as well. If these leaks are true, Xbox Helix is expected to have 3 confirmed endpoints: a traditional console that will be able to launch and play your PC games, OEM systems and Xbox handhelds, which I think will not only include the Ally partner devices such as ROG Xbox Ally or the Ally X, but also their very own native handheld that could arrive later in the gen. The first party Xbox console is expected to be a beast of a machine, something that can be compared to a 5080. It is expected to play most games at high-end PC settings at up to 60 to 120 frames per second. OEM consoles will be the interesting play, where Xbox could partner with hardware manufacturers such as ASUS and Razer to create multiple console-like PCs at different price points. This will range from affordable models to high-end machines depending on what kind of hardware and performance you want. The Xbox Helix will be fully backwards compatible with all previous gens, from the OG Xbox to the series consoles, allowing you to not only play your old games but also running them at much higher resolution and frame rates. The AMD Magnus chip will be at the heart of the next gen lineup of devices. The Xbox Helix will launch with a next gen controller codenamed Project Sebille, which we are already aware of from the leaked Microsoft documents from the court case last year. Direct to Wi-Fi, lift to wake, much improved latency and haptic feedback just like the DualSense. But not only that, the controller is expected to provide haptic feedback for even the previous or backwards compatible Xbox games, which would be a massive feature. The controller might also come with an LCD screen that will tell you which platform it is currently connected to, whether it's console, cloud or PC. Pretty cool in my opinion. So multiple devices, one controller without the hassle of switching. I hate it, to be honest, when I have to connect my Xbox controller to my PC and switch it by using that pop-up button. I hate it. I hate the hassle.
I think we've reached a point where it will be hard to imagine that mass audiences can afford thousands of dollars to spend on a console generation.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the price. Asha Sharma has hinted multiple times a $1,000 console does not make sense for consumers. And Matthew Ball also confirmed that they are rethinking Helix hard with the RAM prices going on. So what is the play? From what I understand, even as of today, even after pricing the Xbox Series console close to $800 due to the RAM crisis, Xbox is still losing $100 to $150 per box. So that makes me believe the next gen Xbox will somewhat still be subsidized, getting them at a competitive price compared to a PlayStation 5 Pro. In my opinion, the Xbox Helix console will be priced somewhere between $800 to $900, maybe even $800 if Microsoft is able to strike a deal or find a way out of this RAM crisis. Under the previous regime, I would fully expect this console to be at least $1,200, but not under Asha. She has hinted multiple times she wants console or the platform to grow. The lower end market will be taken care of by the OEM manufacturers such as ASUS or Razer. We know Xbox partners such as these companies are hardware manufacturers and they can source RAM and chips in bulk, bringing the cost down. The Xbox Ally is still at its launch price even after everything else has gone up. So the Helix will be the reference console and the most powerful console, while the low end and maybe even the high end will be targeted by the OEM OEM manufacturers. So the $500 to $600 market and even the $2,000 5090-ish high-end market can be tackled by Xbox OEM console-like PCs. And that's not it. When and if Microsoft is able to figure its way out of this RAM crisis or find a better way to deal with it, I also expect an Xbox Series X refresh that could become the de facto base for the entirety of next gen, while the best place to play becomes Xbox Helix. Sony's CEO just confirmed that they're still very unsure about the release date of PlayStation 6 as the RAM crisis intensifies. This gives Xbox Helix a clear runway, just like Xbox had in the 360 era, to get a strong start in the next generation. And with some of the major exclusive titles expected to launch alongside it, those games could change the console landscape as well, so let's talk about them. With the high-end console market already in the bag, while the low-end market will be taking care of the OEMs as well as the Xbox Series X refresh. And the heavy lifting is expected to be done by killer exclusives that the leadership wants at the start of next gen. Now here is my point. The killer exclusives that they are referring to internally, I think in my opinion it could be Wolfenstein 3, and there are three main reasons why I think that's the case. First, Wolfenstein series is in development at Amazon since 2025, and that puts it at a tentative release date of 2027 or possibly even 2028. And Asha Sharma is very big on transmedia. She would want to take advantage of this. Also, Jess Gordon has already said Machine Games are working on Wolfenstein 3. Plus, we also know their second project, a multiplayer game, was cancelled in 2025. So the studio is mostly focusing on Wolfenstein 3 only right now. Now, we've had some massive updates about Elder Scrolls 6. Asha Sharma and Matthew Ball recently tweeted about how good the game is looking, and the way they're talking about it, the game looks much closer than we expected. But not only that, we've had some major leaks related to Elder Scrolls 6 development cycle, and that completely changes the scenario. If these leaks are true, then Elder Scrolls 6 is likely to release by holiday 2027 and could be one of those killer launch exclusives that the leadership has been talking about. And this could change the entire console landscape because Elder Scrolls 6 is one of those games that can do that. All of this is just giving me Xbox 360 vibes. That's what Asha Sharma is bringing with all this aggression and platform first approach. But what about the release date? Tom Warren's article about Project Positron points towards a holiday 2027 launch. And Asha Sharma also said that the dev kits for the Project Helix will be going out early next year. I want to remind you all that Xbox Series dev kits were also provided to developers in the same year the console was released. So all of this makes me believe that they are going forward with the holiday 2027 launch as of now. But do you think launching Project Helix next year is the right move with the RAM crisis going on? And will you be happy with the $800 or $900 price tag? Or are you fully satisfied with your Xbox Series X? It is honestly pretty difficult to predict what the leadership is going to do or what they have in mind for the next gen, but it will be fun to watch, and I will have my eyes on it closely here on No Respawn. Plus, Xbox potentially will be announcing a major secret sequel at Gamescom, so watch out for my video on that. I've already done a prediction video on this topic, so you can check that out as well. So stay tuned. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.